Welcome to this tutorial video. The goal of this video is to give an explanation of the invoice screen. Once a patient has been examined or treated, the practitioner will use an invoice to bill the patient accordingly. An invoice will be generated for each visit, detailing all consultations, procedures, medications, and consumables provided, and the main member will be responsible for settling each invoice. A tax invoice will indicate the VAT rate and VAT amount owed. First, let us go over how to access the invoice screen. From the diary screen, click on the desired patient's booking. The diary sidebar will open. Click on the invoice button to open the invoice details screen. Now we will go over a detailed explanation of the various fields available. The account holder's personal information will be visible on the expanded invoice details panel. The debtor number field displays the account number for the person who is responsible for the account. The number associated with the patient's hard copy file is shown in the file number field. The debtor name field shows the name of the person responsible for the account. The cell phone number and email address of the debtor can be seen in the contact information fields. The medical aid details field displays the information of the medical aid to which the debtor belongs. The total amount owed on the account by the debtor will be shown in the account outstanding field. All of the patients linked to the debtor will be displayed next to the debtor details section, which can be used to easily switch between patients. The Service Center drop-down menu is where the patient is being treated at the practice, such as a specific consultation or procedure room. The practitioner that has consulted with or treated the patient is shown in the treating doctor field. The day on which the booking was created is shown in the date field. The user is able to add the authorization code into the authorization number field. Authorization is a process that gives permission for a certain treatment or procedure that must be done on the patient. For more information on how to set up an authorization number, please refer to the Authorization Setup user manual link in this video's description. The referring doctor field displays the practitioner who has referred the patient to the treating doctor for further observation, such as a specialist. For more information on how to add a referring doctor, please refer to the Add a Referring Doctor user manual link in this video's description. Previously set up billing rates that have been determined by the practice can be selected from the tariff rate drop-down menu. If a patient does not have medical aid funds available, the user can tick the private invoice checkbox, which marks the patient as private and makes the patient liable for the payment of the account. Ticking the estimate invoice checkbox will change the invoice to a quotation. A quotation can be sent to the patient to give an estimate of the expenses for upcoming procedures or treatments. An attention pop-up will open asking the user to confirm the change from a temporary invoice to an estimate. Click on the No button if the user does not wish to proceed with the change. Click on the Yes button to create the estimate invoice. For more information on how to create an estimate invoice, please refer to the Create an Estimate Invoice user manual link in this video's description. The Pricelist drop-down menu shows a list with different prices per medical aid option. The treatment time field allocates time to procedure, item, or entire invoice for the medical aid to pay for the item or procedure multiple times on the same day. The user is able to select between AM and PM time, as well as copy the chosen time to all invoice lines by clicking on the Copy this time to all invoice lines button. The Add Procedure button allows the user to access and add items from the Billing Items search screen. The user is able to search for the desired items by typing the item name in the search bar. Search results can also be filtered by procedure, material, medicine, and macro to give a more accurate search result. Click on the desired items to add to the invoice. If the user does not wish to use an added item, click on the Trash Can button to remove the desired item. Click on the Close button to return to the invoice details screen without saving any changes. To save and add the chosen items to the invoice, click on the Save button. A list of previously billed invoices can be seen under the latest invoices for this patient's panel. The number column displays the invoice number of the previous invoices. The date column shows the date that the previous invoices were created. An ICD-10 code used on the previous invoices is displayed in the diagnosis column. The billing codes used on previous invoices are listed under the codes column. All totals for previously posted invoices will be displayed under the totals column. Any authorization codes used in previous invoices are listed under the authorization number column. The Service Center column shows where the previous appointments have occurred according to each invoice. Each previous invoice will list the practitioner who treated the patient under the Treating Doctor column and the name of the practitioner who referred the patient under the Referring Doctor column. To repeat all of the lines from a previous invoice, the user can click on the All button. Click on the Selected button to repeat specific items from a previous invoice. Now, let us go over the information found on the invoice lines. A user can type the ICD-10 codes used to indicate the diagnosis given to the patient in the Diagnosis field. The user can click on the Ellipse button to open the ICD-10 Builder screen. For more information on how to use the ICD-10 Builder screen, please refer to the ICD-10 Codes user manual linked in this video's description. Click on the Clear All ICD-10 Codes button to remove all of the ICD-10 codes in the Diagnosis field. Click on the Copy ICD-10 Codes in First Line to All Lines button to apply the first invoice line's ICD-10 code to all of the invoice lines. The code field is used to type in the item or procedure code. If the practitioner bills a GMED item, an additional generic medicine list will become available, as well as the EM Guidance prescription guideline. For an extensive explanation regarding the EM Guidance, please refer to the Invoicing EM Guidance user manual link in this video's description. A detailed explanation of the item or procedure is displayed in the description field. The quantity field displays how many of each item is added to the invoice. If the user would like to override the price list used for the corresponding item line, click on the Select Price List button to open the Select Price List screen. Click on the Please Choose Price List drop-down menu and click on the Desired Price List used to override the current price list. Click on the Cancel button to return to the invoice details screen without overriding the price list. Click on the OK button to override the price list and return to the invoice details screen. The price list linked to a specific item or procedure is shown in the Amount field. The Medical Aid Liable field shows the amount that will be posted that the medical aid is liable for. The Patient Liable field is used to display the amount that will be posted that the patient or main member has to pay. By clicking the Balancing Field Toggle button, the user can reflect changes between two of the previously mentioned Amount and Liable fields. Tick the Private checkbox to mark the patient as private, making the patient liable for settling the account, and the invoice will not be posted to a medical aid. The user can type the authorization code into the authorization text box. When a procedure requires authorization from the medical aid, the practitioner needs to set up authorization. For more information on how to set up authorization, please refer to the Authorization Setup user manual link in this video's description. Click on the Copy Authorization button to apply the authorization number in the first invoice line to the rest of the invoice lines. Tick the PMB checkbox to mark the invoice line as a prescribed minimum benefit, which is a condition that the medical aid must cover. The registration number linked to the prescribed minimum benefit can be added to the PMB registration number field. If the practitioner has billed medication, a field for the number of days that the medication is prescribed will become available. The practitioner is also able to leave a note on how the medication should be administered in the Signata field. The Start Time and End Time fields are used to set the duration of a procedure. Please note that these fields are only applicable to certain specialties such as a physiotherapist or an anesthetist. If the user would like to only remove a single invoice line, click on the Delete button. Click on the Refresh button to refresh the line if any changes were made but not applied yet. Click on the Add button to add a new line to the invoice. If the user would like to remove all of the lines on the invoice, click on the Delete All button. Click on the Refresh All button to refresh any lines if any changes were made but not applied yet. The user is also able to navigate the clinical forms by using the previously set up Easy Events. For more information on how to set up Easy Events, please refer to the Easy Events user manual linked in this video's description. To exit out of the invoice screen without saving any changes, click on the Close button. Click on the Quote button to send the invoice to the medical aid to see the total amount that the medical aid will cover on the quotation sent. The user is able to click on the Post and Switch button to post the invoice to the system, as well as send the invoice to the medical aid for a claim. Click on the arrow for additional post options. Click on the Post Only button to post the invoice to the system. Click on Post Await Response to post to the system and send the invoice to the medical aid to advise whether the claim has been accepted or rejected. Click on the Get Costs button to automatically perform a search of selected codes prices within the database. If the user would like to print a label that contains directions for use of each listed medication to stick onto the prescribed medication's bottle or box, click on the Med Label button. For more information regarding the medicine labels, please refer to the Print Medicine Label User Manual link in this video's description. If the user would like to save the invoice to the debtor's temporary invoices, click on the Save and Close button. To save the invoice as a temporary invoice, click on the up arrow to access the Save button. Finally, to save all lines on the invoice as a billing macro in Billing Settings, click on the Save Lines to New Macro button. For more information regarding billing settings, please refer to the Billing Settings User Manual link in this video's description.